there, everybody, and good Friday afternoon. It is January 12th, and today is a 10 weather impact day. Now, some of you have not seen the strongest gusty winds, and others of you are just hanging on for dear life right now with the very gusty winds that we have across parts of the viewing area. We'll take a look first at our Gatlinburg camera. We're seeing a good little shower moving through that area, and every once in a while, this camera really starts shaking around. Up near Gatlinburg, the bypass is closed at this time. A lot of the roads in Great Smoky Mountains National Park are closed. And we have heard down in Blount County a report of a rock slide along Calderwood Highway near the Foothills Parkway. That's from the Blount County Sheriff's Office just a little bit ago. They say that responsible agencies are responding to these incidents and taking care of them as quickly as possible. But the main thing to understand is that these winds are knocking down trees and knocking out power as well. And so that's our biggest impacts coming from today's system. And if you don't have to be out on the roads, it'd really be best if you stayed home. That way you're not getting caught in any of that debris that's going on. You can see our camera kind of bouncing around a little bit more right now too. So let's talk about those power outages that we're seeing across the area right now. A map of Tennessee shows some bright colors starting to show up in a few of those counties, and that's where we have the most widespread power outages currently being reported. Now, just like for some examples, let me give you some numbers that we're seeing across the area. Plateau Electric Co-op is currently reporting Morgan County to have 836 customers without power. Scott County has just over 700 customers without power. Down at Fort Loudon Electric, that's down in Monroe County, we're seeing it looks like almost 3,700 customers without power. Alcoa Electric has 1,100. And then we get up into Sevier County, and this is where we're really starting to see those numbers growing this afternoon. Sevier County Electric has 7,600, almost 7,700 customers without power at this time. And that's because those winds are not dying down just yet. We have to wait a little while longer, and as long as those winds continue to come through with the showers that we're seeing, that is going to continue to be a problem this afternoon. We're also seeing some power outages up in the Greene County area as well, currently with the Greenville Electric reporting just over 2,700 customers without power. But those colors on that map will continue to light up and brighten up as we go through the rest of this afternoon with these showers coming through. It's during the showers that we have the greatest potential of that wind being brought down to the surface. Now, as we mentioned, our eastern counties are the ones with the greatest impacts from this system. Let's take a look at our Gatlinburg camera again. It looks like the wind actually just tilted the camera upward because I'm not moving it right now, and it is being lifted up. Oh, there it goes. It just dropped back down again, and it looks like it has frozen. So we may have just lost the feed there. Oh, it's just coming and going right now with the very strong winds, literally lifting the camera up and down right now from Gatlinburg. And that is where we're seeing the highest wind gusts is in the mountains. So Cove Mountain, a 96 mile per hour gust, Camp Creek 84 miles per hour, Look Rock 51, Cades Cove 50, and McGee Tyson so far a 48 mile per hour wind gust. Now, if you're watching this live, it is 2:12, almost 2:13 p.m. If you're coming back and watching this again later, it's 2:13 p.m. when I'm giving you this information, so just know that these numbers may change as we go through the rest of the afternoon. The current alerts that we have in effect, a wind advisory for wind gusts up to 55 miles per hour, area-wide. That lasts through 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So for those who want to know when this wind is going to die down, the worst of it is happening now and will continue for the next several hours. But the winds are going to stay gusty all night tonight into early tomorrow morning. Where we have the darker gold shading, that's where we have high wind warnings in effect. And we have two different criteria for those. The high elevations up to 90 miles per hour for those wind gusts. The lower elevations up to 65 miles per hour, and that does include the city of Gatlinburg, as we were just seeing with our cameras bouncing around over there. This is just a very dynamic system. We've had some people asking, why so much wind? I don't remember having so much wind like this back to back to back. Well, it's an El Nino year, so we have a more active southern branch of the jet stream. That's bringing these stronger low pressure systems a little farther south than we typically would see them. And because we moved into January, we have this more active pattern right now. They're coming through every couple days instead of more like one a week. And they're very strong dynamic lows. So they have a lot of wind associated with them. And that's what we're going to see through the rest of this afternoon. We're also going to have a sharp cutoff of the rain. I wanted you to see the radar loop to show you from Nashville eastward, getting up onto the western plateau now. We're starting to see the rain tapering off, but there's another little batch of showers back off to the west that will come through later this afternoon. So for East Tennessee specifically right now, we're seeing some of that heaviest rain up into the northern valley, coming up through Maryville and into Knoxville right now, and then down in the southern valley and up onto the eastern plateau in Cumberland County. We're also seeing some of that heavier rainfall. And as we go through this afternoon, we'll see this rain sharply ending from west to east. So by 4 or 5 o'clock. Our plateau may stop seeing the rain. You may even see some breaks in the clouds really quickly. That rain line continues to move to the east, and then later tonight, another batch of moisture comes through around maybe 8 to 9 o'clock. Then overnight, colder air comes rushing in on those breezy winds, and whatever moisture is left may change over to snow. We will have a few snowflakes floating around. We are not expecting any accumulations from this because with the dry air that we have moving in so rapidly, the cold air and the moisture are not going to be in place for very long together, and that means we're not really going to see much on the wintry side of things. We'll start off our Saturday with clouds and then see sunshine as we go through the back half of the afternoon. As far as the winds are concerned, again, very strong now, staying that way into the evening, and then just generally gusty all night tonight into early tomorrow morning. That's when they come down below advisory criteria, but we keep the breezy winds around through a lot of the day on Saturday. So we want to show you your weekend outlook. Know that both Saturday and Sunday are going to be breezy, meaning that those chilly highs in the 40s Saturday and the 30s on Sunday are going to feel even colder when you factor in the wind. And speaking of cold, it's about to get even chillier here across East Tennessee as we go into the weekend and into next week. So here's your 7-day forecast for you. Okay, let me walk you through this timeline. 10 weather impact day today. Breezy and cool but dry throughout the weekend. Highs in the low 40s on Saturday, 30s on Sunday. Now we move into Monday. With the colder air already in place, any systems that come through will have the chance for providing us with some wintry weather. And that's why we have snowflakes showing up on both Monday and Tuesday of next week. Models are all over the place as far as how well this system is going to develop, but it does look like there is an increasing likelihood of some accumulating snow on Monday and or Tuesday. Now, if I'm saying you there's some likelihood and I'm not getting crazy about it, don't freak out. We're looking for not a foot of snow. That's not what we're looking for at all. If we see snow, Todd's coughing in the background. If we see snow, it would be like 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches. It could be impactful because it's going to be so cold, the ground will be cold enough for it to stick. So check back for updates on Monday and Tuesday, the potential for some wintry weather, and then we'll kind of have to see how the rest of the week evolves from here. The other thing I want you to pay attention to, look at Wednesday morning's low. That is a 9, and that could get even lower. So on Wednesday morning, we are expecting lows to be in the single digits across most of our viewing area. And with the wind not being calm, that would put the wind chills down near 0 or even below 0 for Wednesday morning. So we've got impactful weather for a variety of reasons. Today, the wind and rain. Monday, Tuesday, possibly the wintry weather. And Wednesday, the sheer cold. So a lot still going on. You'll need to check back for updates as we see how this pattern evolves. But for the rest of the day today, batten down the hatches and hang on. We've got those gusty winds coming through and the showers coming to an end in a few hours later this evening. We'll continue to keep you updated on air and online here at WBIR.